It is the technology show where we translate geek into regular speak, and my guest co-host of the week couldn't epitomize that even more. Hey, Joseph, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brett. How you going today?
I'm good and you, mate. I'm
Yeah,
smiling
good,
because,
good.
well, I'm actually envious. I'm going to bring up a screen share here as well with just some, let me find, where's my screen share button? So for all the viewers that are watching, I reviewed that very cool piece of tech that you're wearing, sure, nearly a month ago, I think it was. Um, but now we're going to do the show with you actually wearing the tech, which is awesome. So
Yeah, brilliant.
Joseph, TCL channel manager for ANZ and Pacific Islands, am I correct?
That's correct.
All right, perfect. Let's get I don't know why my slides are not working, mate. I don't know if I'm having, are you seeing anything on your side? I'm not seeing anything on my side.
No, I can just see the middle screen. That's it.
Oh, this is very
Uh,
interesting. Don't you love it when
Have you
tech
gone into
doesn't go?
presentation mode?
I am. I'm
Yep.
going to stop my share and I'm going to start again because it'd be terrible if I can't actually share all the cool stuff I've done. Let's try that one. That should bring it up. There we go. Something was happening. All right. Love it when we're
Perfect.
tech. Good stuff. So there we go. We always give our guests the honor of having the mugshot up and the designation. Thank you
It's a
for
great
joining us.
shot.
And I have to say off the bat, thank you for sponsoring the show. We wouldn't be able to do the cool things we do and play with the cool tech we did without you and TCL. So thank you very much. It's been
No,
long
not a
overdue
problem.
to get someone from the company on, and I must say this is a debut I'm never going to forget, given that you're going to be doing the show with the next wireless bees on. So,
Yeah. Well, look,
as
I'll
you
take them
probably
off
know,
later on. They're all good.
well, up to you.
Yeah.
There's that old, what's that song? The future's so bright you have to wear shades. And we're going to talk about these just now. So leave them on for a little bit longer because I have got a slide or two that will come up.
Yeah,
Um,
brilliant.
I always review something cool tech-wise. This week, and this show is going to be very Android specific, given that we've got you here from TCL. So I thought, just to keep my producer not worried about me that I haven't not done something that mentions Apple, I thought I would share the new Apple 4K. Now, it's not new; it's been out for a good few months now. I do have one, and why I'm sharing it is twofold. So one, um, there's a nice promo on at Amazon at the moment. There's a little link to go and get it. The secret is to go to the link and choose the 64 gig option, which will take off, I think it's $14. So you're basically going to pay like $10 more for a 64 gig than you would for a 32 if you're looking to get an Apple TV for home. Um, I must say, I do love this device. We're spending so much time at home now, you know, consuming content, surfing the internet, schooling, homeschooling, etc. They really did a really good job upgrading this. So the new remote, the part that I really like is there's a volume button on the remote. So you can control any of your connected devices as well through the Bluetooth, so the Bluetooth speakers. So when we have our surround sound on, I don't have to have a remote for that and a remote for my Apple TV and a remote for my TV because the levels change. I do have to say that on my phone, on my TCL, I have an app that actually controls TVs. I can select the TV and control everything from there and program it. But not everyone is as geeky as I am, so this is quite a good fix. There is Siri Voice for search, which even with my funny accent, it does seem to work pretty well. And of course, there's apps. So with Apple Arcade, you can now link your PlayStation or Xbox controller to the Apple TV and play your games with a proper remote, which is awesome. So you can sit on a big screen TV and playing games instead of just on your phone or tablet in some cases. So I just wanted to do that quickly. Tech review. As I said, I came across a good offer in the sense of price, so I thought I'd share it out. And now we can move on to some more of the geeky stuff. Right, a warning. So unfortunately, this used to be more targeted at Android, and one of the things we'll be talking about later with Joseph as well might actually combat this in a sense, and it might be one of the things that a TCL and definitely one of the protocols we'll be chatting about a bit later on the show. But this is I'm going to call it a virus. It's actually called FluBot. So you can Google FluBot. you'll get an SMS that comes through that looks like I've put up on the screen that says you've basically received a voicemail message with a link to a website. Now, most of us have been using phones for long enough to know that if you get a voicemail, it's not going to come through with a web link to go and listen to your voicemail. You're going to dial your voicemail, or you're going to hold down the voicemail button on your phone, and it's going to call, and you're going to jump through the hoops to listen to your messages. I'm calling it a virus as opposed to just a spam or scam act, because it is incredibly malicious. It will share all your contact details from your phone. It will take your whole address book and share it through. But there have also been reported cases that if you're using things like face or fingerprint ID, so there's no keystrokes, it will be able to log into your bank details as well. I haven't come across anyone that's reported losing significant amounts of money from their bank accounts, but just the fact that the potentials there should be warning enough. So the target does seem to be on Android, and I think the reason for that is it can get into the boot directory as opposed to an iOS. But you know what? You're going to receive an SMS on any device. So if you receive an SMS that tells you to go somewhere to listen to a voicemail, please just delete it and stay safe. We definitely don't want any fuddy duddies there.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
think the
received
call out there. Yeah, I think the call out there is having a look at where it's coming from. So you can see right at the top there's a mobile phone number. So if you ever receive a message and it says, "Oh, go into your voicemail," and it comes from a mobile phone number that you don't know, then definitely do not click on it. I think that's the biggest one. So that's where to bring it up. Usually, you've already got from your your network provider. If you do ever get a voicemail message saying you've got voicemail, your network provider on your SIM card, it actually has already in there a voicemail phone number message center. So, and that's clearly stated as, Vodafone or Optus voicemail or Telstra voicemail. So, but yeah, just be wary of the messages that you receive, your SMSs, and where they're coming from. So I think that the key call out there is the actual mobile phone number that it's coming from.
Very good advice. I actually didn't even think of it from that point of view. I just looked at it from the point that I've never gone to a website to listen to my voicemail. But as we work from home, and especially in Sydney, and I think our lockdown's going to get stricter, mate. The cases climbed again last night. So we're shopping more online, we're getting more deliveries. It's just a perfect opportunity for people to take advantage of you. So think about it. Don't just click buttons because you're busy. Have a look at it, read it. As Joseph said, there's a phone number. Phone the phone number. Guarantee no one's going to answer it. I've been having fun with those people phoning me, telling me I've been handed over for collection. Push one, and I try and see how long I can keep them on the phone. And the only reason for that is just so I keep them off the phone from some other poor person they're going to try and catch. Yeah. Right. OnlyFans. Now, OnlyFans, if you don't know what OnlyFans are, you're probably watching the wrong show. This is the technology show, proudly brought to you by TCL. But let's just assume you don't know what OnlyFans is. It's a site where people can charge monthly subscriptions or daily subscriptions for you to engage with a person. It is 99.9% of the time porn, naked, quite gratuitous, and that's what you pay for. They have now, I'm renaming them Lonely Fans, because they've just announced that, and the app's out, they're now doing a safe for work version of OnlyFans. So this will be the same platform for content that is not naked or pornographic in nature. I hate to tell you this, but we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have Reels. We really don't need you. So thanks very much. But you know what? You're really good at what you're doing. You've made a lot of money. Your people on OnlyFans have made a lot of money. Just stick to it. Like, keep honest. Don't need another safe content playing platform that we have to pay for. Right. I think this is one of the last bits of news I've got before we get into the juicy stuff. So Mastercard made a profound announcement. They've said that coming 2024, which is quite a long way away, we will be losing the mag stripe and we will be getting cards that look like that. So here's a couple of problems I have with this. One, there's already cards like this. Two, when was the last time someone actually swiped a credit card? I mean, I'm onto my Tinder now. I think I'm still stuck on OnlyFans, but swiping a credit card through a terminal, I don't think I've done that in 5, 6 years. More importantly, we have Android Pay and we have Apple Pay. So any NFC payment, it's contactless. In fact, I don't even carry cards anymore. And most people just use their phone or they use a tap. So well done, Mastercard. I think maybe Elon Musk will get to Mars before you phase this out. Because I said by 2029, they're only starting 2024, but in 2029, they'll have no more mag stripes. Okay, so yeah. Do you pay with the cards still, Joseph? Do you like have the last time that, or do you use your phone?
Look, I usually use my phone. So, I started using my phone probably 2 years ago. And
Yeah,
never since, haven't looked back because it's so easy. You got everything on there. And
100%.
a lot of people, look, a lot of people here can be worried about having. I know my wife is. She doesn't have on her phone her actual cards or even her driver's license, because nowadays you can actually have your driver's license on your phone without carrying an actual driver's license. So a lot of consumers are wary about that and wary about their privacy and wary about, when it comes down to, who's got my data. Let's be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, your phone is by your side every day. And nowadays, when it comes to, and we'll talk about it later on, when it comes to security, it's just constant every day. There is security updates on a regular basis to make sure that your phone is not hacked. And let's look at the last time a phone or on a mass scale has ever been hacked, on an Android phone or an iOS phone. I think I think we're in a good stead at the moment. And don't get me wrong, that you'll get SMSs like you saw before that try and get you, but again, direct links. It's very very near to impossible these days.
That's the thing. I personally, so my wife is exactly the same as your wife. Also prefers to. She actually says she likes to feel the pain. She even still loves cash. She actually likes to take it out.
Yeah,
I said, "What
fair
pain are
enough.
you feeling? It's my credit card." But
Yeah,
well, she
exactly.
likes me to feel. She likes me to feel the pain. But she doesn't have like Apple Pay or Google Pay on her phone or a watch
Yep.
or anything like that. She still tap, but it's still tap. Like there's no swipe or I mean that's just
No,
it's,
no, you
it's
don't
crazy.
swipe anymore. No, 100%. Like, and yeah, it's all tapped these days, especially with the card as well. So, what's the difference between having the card and having the card, on your phone?
Yeah.
Like I said, some people are wary about the security, but that actually has been answered on multiple occasions. So, they
Agreed.
shouldn't be worried about it.
I mean, if you think about it, right, you can't unlock my phone unless you have my face, and
Yep,
or thumb, or my
that's
pin, or
right.
my pattern, or whichever. I mean, I've set up on my phone. I use Face. I mean, the phone supports Face.
Yep,
Well, your phones have supported Face for a long time, but I use Face Unlock, and my
yep,
failsafe is my thumbprint. So if it's
yep.
too dark or I haven't shaved or something like I don't know, whatever the excuse is that it doesn't want to see me. But if you pick my credit card up, you can go and tap it anywhere. You don't need a PIN for under, I think, $200. So the phone is actually more secure than a card would be anyway. But
That's correct. Yeah.
yeah, that's as I said. I mean, this was their big announcement. I think, as I said, Elon Musk was talking about 2026 landing in Mars, and these guys are still going to be issuing cards with stripes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll invest in SpaceX before I invest in them. Speaking of spending money, this week's featured store in the SME Mall is Ubisoft. I am a huge Rainbow Six fan, so we're very excited about the fact that we now have a Ubisoft listing inside the mall. So if you get off to SMEMall.org, I think there's the URL there. You can just search Ubi, and everything from their catalog is available. You can sign up for Ubisoft, the monthly subscription. So yeah, very cool. And I think that now brings us to the fun stuff. Yes, it does. By the way, did you notice I'm wearing my red shirt? I've got my
Yes, I did.
TCL
I
red on
did.
today. I'm not as
On
lucky
point.
as you are with a very fancy pair of glasses. So I think to kick off into one of the things I was really excited about chatting today, I just want to quickly rewind the last couple of weeks. So a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed this bad boy. This bad boy, in case people think it's just a photograph, I've actually got it. That is the new flagship TCL 20 Pro 5G. I have to ask you, how did that promo go with Vodafone? There was a promo to get the TV and the phone.
Yeah.
It was
So look,
like
and
790
the
bucks.
whole and the whole reason why we did that is to show our, I guess, our strength in display. And as you saw before, our display greatness is our key motto.
Yep.
This is across all of our products, from TVs to tablets to phones, etc. We are lucky to have be in a position where we manufacture a display, we manufacture OLEDs, etc. But being able to um, use those I guess display across multiple devices, and that's our flexibility, and that's what we do as a business. But it's important for us to show the market that yes, we are here in Australia, we are here to stay. This is actually our fourth handset that we launch in market, so the TCL 20 Pro, and it's a flagship. So we wanted to go out there with a bang, and we did so. So we had a 2-week promo with a bonus 43-inch TV, which was a TCL TV, and it went crazy. It was a 599 product, the actual TV. This handset sells for 799, and the I guess the robustness in the actual product itself, the quality that goes into the product, it should be worth in market $1,200. So by itself
Okay.
already has a lot of value. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
it's got wireless charging. You got your fingerprint sensor on screen. You got your beautiful waterfall effect. IP rating of 65. And also you got the quad camera, which is a Sony quad camera, 48 megapixel, extra wide lens, your bokeh shots. So power, performance, great chipset, 5G. What else would you want in a product?
Well, I
And
wanted
and
two
then
because I
yeah,
wanted the TV as well. So I
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to get another one.
And you've got all this technology, and technology these days, it should not be expensive. We're at a stage where obviously, you've got products that are handsets that are over $2,000, but why? And what extra are you getting more than last year's handset that was released, for in order to justify that extra spend? So we've
I
jam
agree.
packed this product. Yeah, we've jam packed this product with everything that it should come with. So we're actually quite pleasantly surprised with obviously, even with the flow on effect from the TV, even after the TV, we're still selling really well.
And you would. I mean, if I was lucky. Well, I've been lucky enough to have all the phones. I mean, that's probably one of the perks of being sponsored by you. But
Yep,
I had the 10 Pro last year, and it still runs. It still does everything it needs to do. The only reason I've changed is because, well, I've been upgraded.
yep,
But even then, at 799, the closest competitor was at $1,400-$1,500 with one of the name brands as such. Well, TCL
yep,
is a name brand now. You've been here long
yep.
enough. You're proving it. So I asked you to keep the glasses on until
Not a
I got to
problem.
this slide, so at least people could see, because unfortunately the pictures don't do it justice. They can actually
No,
see
it
what it
doesn't.
looks like. This was fun, mate. This was really, really fun when I got to play with the Next G Wireless. What was it? A month ago, I think I got it. It was just on a month ago. A few of us lucky people got to play with it before it came out. But you launched last week officially, if I'm not mistaken. But
So
you're
we
now here.
launched on Thursday, which was the. Oh, let me just bring up the date. I think it was Thursday. Where is it? Here we go.
That would have been
Thursday
oh,
the 5th. So two Thursdays ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Yeah, and it would be 3 weeks now. But we soft launched in the channel, ready to sell, and then on the Monday we did obviously a big PR release, and we've actually only got 4 of these products in the country for review to get reviewed. Unfortunately, we couldn't get our hands on more. Look, we didn't expect this to be a great seller, but that's where it's actually ended up. So, these are unique products. It is perfect for a consumer who is also stuck in lockdown. They are versatile. They can do what I'm doing now, and multitask through obviously through your Teams meetings, through your Zoom meetings, or whatever it may be. But at the same time, when you're winding down, and at night time when you go watch a movie, want to relax, and you've been with the family the whole day, and you just want some me time. These are perfect. You can be anywhere. You could be in the backyard, right? And just lying down and being on this and just streaming your Netflix, and away you go, or your Prime, or whatever it may be. So these are great. They've got 2 speakers built into the sides, right next to your ears. Or if you want, you can obviously still use your Bluetooth headsets. And I've got here my Move Audio S200s. And these are perfect because at the moment I'm speaking, it's directly linked to the computer, but I'm also viewing what you're viewing. So I'll just share that now. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Can you see the screen? See the screens
What I'm going to
inside?
quickly do, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to take it back to a bigger screen. So there we go.
There you go. So
Yep,
there you go. So as you can see yourself, so now there's 2 OLEDs, a 1080p built into these, which is pretty awesome. And they provide you with a 140-inch immersive display. So essentially, they're a private cinematic experience, anywhere, anytime, and that's what they're built for. But also, if you can connect them to a VR content, you're able to actually look around and actually be able to have that VR content viewable as well. So they're actually pretty cool. So if you go into YouTube, you can find multiple VR content, and you'll be able to play around with them. Now they obviously work with a Type-C connector. Now your device that's giving you the display has to have a display output, so it has to make sure that you'll be able to display it. So Type-C connector, and look, you can connect up to over 100 devices currently in Australia. So from Samsung handsets to your laptops to your 2-in-1 tablets. There's a complete list that is available online for you to have a look at. So these are amazing. They've been doing quite well. Everyone is pleasantly surprised, even Harvey Norman, where they kicked off at. And, so we've just received another order for these products. So they're doing quite well.
Fantastic. Now, if I'm not mistaken, mate, we're the first country to actually launch, right? This was something
100%. That's correct. So this has been my baby for probably the last 5 months.
I was about to say, you're not exactly like giving yourself the full credit and justice here.
No.
So country to do it.
So look, we're the first country from a TCL perspective. We're the first country to launch 4 devices, 4 handsets, and actually TCL handsets, and go strong with them. And also now with these Nextwear G, these are very important as well. So the Nextwear G provides us with the strength in, again, that display greatness. We're all about display greatness from all of our handsets, tablets, devices, our TVs, and we want to try and make it as simple as possible for consumers to actually use their handsets. So we've released now a new software on the TCL 20 Pro, where you're able to seamlessly connect your device to your TV. At this stage, it's currently a couple of TVs that we sell in Australia. But essentially, all you need to do is grab your TCL handset, place it next to your TV, and automatically you're sharing what you've got on your actual phone. So it's called multi-screen collaboration. You're able to do that with your TCL 20 Pro, with a tablet, even with a laptop. With a laptop, it's important that you have either a Windows laptop that has NFC capability. All you need to do is just place it on there and away you go. And we're trying to make it as simple as possible for consumers
That's
to
actually
connect.
amazing for, I'm just thinking about like boardrooms, when you go and do, well, when we're allowed to eventually go back out and do presentations. One, as an Apple user, I've had a lot of frustrations trying to connect to, using HDMI cables with adapters and so on. So the USB-C has made a big difference for me in that sense. But still, when you go into a Wi-Fi environment in an office to try and present over like Airflow or AirPlay or some of the other protocols, it's always a bit iffy. But if they had a TCL TV as their boardroom TV, and you come in with a machine that has an NFC capability, or even just bring the presentation on your phone, right? Tap it.
Away you go.
You use Office 365 and control it. I mean, that's brilliant. It's seamless.
Yeah, so we did that in the office. So we invited a partner into the office, and we actually showed the capability by doing that. And I was actually controlling the actual connectivity. So essentially, I had PC mode on the TV, right? But through my handset, and then the handset was actually the mouse. So the actual screen was actually the mouse, and I was able to control everything through there. So you can do two things: either have PC mode or even screen share, which is pretty cool. So look, I think it's great technology. If it's great when they come out with new technology, but it's that use case and making it as simple as possible for people to use. And that's where the direction that we're, especially with 5G. I mean, you've got two products there that are 5G products. So the TCL 20 5G and the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Now, what are the difference between 4G and 5G? What can be done currently in Australia with a 5G handset that can't be done with a 4G handset? So we're not at that stage where you can actually true 5G. And in my past life, true 5G, what it was shown to me was essentially an unmanned lorry driving from Sydney to Perth unmanned, right? That is true 5G, controlled from one control center. So that is true 5G. So you got connectivity all the way through the country of 5G, and you got a whole bunch of lorries that are unmanned. That is true 5G. So we're not there at that stage. Obviously, with 2 gig download speed, blah blah blah, etc. The best that we can do, and look, I did a 5G speed test on this handset up the road. I ended up getting 529 megabits per second. So that's great download speed. That's amazing speed. But in terms of content, what are we doing in order for us to use the best case? So I think we're moving down that path. You're able, with our handsets, with our screen technology, our Next Vision screen technology, combined with the 5G, you're able to stream Netflix in HDR, which means that you won't even be able to, you won't lose that resolution, which is pretty cool. So this is where we're connecting the dots when it comes to technology.
I must say, with the game, I play games on my phone. I mean, that's some people play on console, some play on PC. For me, it's always been on mobile. I've always been a mobile gamer, and the quality of the screen. And I spoke about this on my 10 last year as well. But the quality of the screen and the vividness of the color. I mean, hence the fact that you have the Netflix certification. It really is. You put the two, you put another phone that doesn't have that same type of screen. And that probably goes to your legacy of having TVs as well. I mean, you've learned from TV and screen production, and now, we have it in a smaller screen as such. But I mean, the phone is our primary screen. It's where we spend most of our day. It's
100%.
So
That's exactly right.
the reason I put this slide up, I mean, you mentioned earlier that you now actually have 4 handsets, and there they are. The
Yep.
part that interested me on this slide, though, was the Android Enterprise recommended. Now, I'm going to be very honest here, and I'm going to say I don't actually know what that means. I mean, I've read up on it since you've shared this with me, but it's not a terminology I've ever come across. And that's what I alluded to with regards to the spamming and the security issues earlier. Because from what I have read, it does seem to have some form of security or safeguard for the enterprise, which is the stakeholder point of view. Can you unpack that a little bit further for us? And
Yeah,
what
definitely.
Android Enterprise is?
Yep. So Android Enterprise recommended. What it means is that our devices have gone through rigorous, I guess, testing. But not only that, future-proofing the actual handset for at least the warranty, the complete warranty of the product. Now, all of our handsets have 2 years warranty, but beyond that, what happens to the handset? So with Android Enterprise recommended, to have the actual badge and have that in place, that means that we meet Google's highest standards when it comes to regular security updates, which are guaranteed. So, and also making sure that the iOS is actually updated on time, and regularly. So whenever Android actually come out with a new iOS, at the moment, all of these handsets are Android 11. Now, with a new Android version, might be Android 12. When that comes out, you are definitely guaranteed to get Android 12 for
Okay.
starters. Secondly, in terms of regular security updates, now this is also done by there's a lot of work that goes into this. So Android come up with the regular updates, Google updates, etc. And then it goes to our team. Our team properly test on these devices to make everything else is working properly, and then they update the device through over the air, so OTA. And then obviously that also goes out to our in terms of any other software updates, will also go out to either the carriers for verification, etc., and they then get pushed out to all the handsets. So what this actually means in layman's terms, you are going to get regular security updates. So, and it will make sure that you have your privacy always secure at any particular time. So this is why we have that badge, and this is why it's important. So privacy comes first on Android. It is an open platform, right? So you might download an app that you might think is actually quite good, or your child might download an app that is, quite beneficial for, it might be a game, and it might have .io, or who knows what it might be, but that might have and need access to certain to camera, to your phone contacts, to your SMS, and it's like, why do these apps need access to this? And then it goes through that whole process. It's in the back end. It would ask you all these questions: do you want to give access, etc. But at the same time, by giving them access, what the security does is actually limit them from actually grabbing that access or grabbing information to whatever you have. So give them permission to, if that makes sense. So it actually it acts as a security guard, right? So it makes sure, you got access, but you don't have access because you're not allowed to get this information, right? So it stops that from happening. And by having regular security updates, it stops malicious malware, which is really, really important. So that's why we're pushing these handsets into enterprise. So those consumers that your small businesses to large businesses, a lot of them stay away from Android handsets because they think that security. Well, this is why Android Enterprise recommended has come in place, purely because of this, to ensure the security and to give that peace of mind to consumers that they've got privacy and it's actually secure. Not only does it also provide the security, but also provides the enterprise or the actual company the ability to manage from a central location the devices. So you can actually split. The good thing about this is that you can actually split the TCL 20 Pro, for example, in between two. You can use it as a private device, and you can use it as a work device. Work, or your IT department, will provide secure documents to maybe your Gmail business account, or your Word business account, or your Excel spreadsheet business account. They will manage that and whatever security from that side. But at the same time, Android Enterprise recommended the actual security updates the complete phone and secures both of those from a privacy
I was about
perspective
to
as
say,
well
so
as
that's really
yeah.
cool. If you did get hacked for some reason, or even if it's innocent, if a kid, as you say, downloads a game or clicks on a button, if you've got your work documents or even links to your work drives or your work intranet, it does have almost a firewall between the two that says, hold on a second, I don't recognize this. This is not part of enterprise. It doesn't come in. So the worst case
That's
scenario is you
exactly
might
right.
have some malware or something running on your photos or your stuff on your side of the phone. I go your side because I'm like picturing a hard drive that's split. What happens with regards to if you leave a company? So let's say if it's your phone, like bring your own device, which is very
Yep.
common in most workplaces. If the company has control of the enterprise side of it, when you leave, can they then also remove all the content from your device, so that way there's no risk to the business?
100%. So essentially, you're giving access. You are given, for using your own private handset, you are given access to those files. So
Right.
essentially, that's centrally managed by the company. So those particular files, those work files, will obviously, if it's switched off by the IT guys from the company, then you won't have access to it. But you can still access your phone, and you still do whatever you want with your own phone as a private phone. So what it does is it gives consumers options. So and it gives companies options to their employees, saying, well, you can use your TCL 20 Pro because it is Android recommended, and all we have to do is give you access to the files, and we're ready to go.
That's fantastic. I'm just conscious of time. It's amazing how quickly this show goes. It's like, but what I do have to point out is we've been on air for just over 40 minutes, and you've had the headset on the whole time. Because someone asked me when I first did the review, how comfortable is it? I said, well, it's incredibly light, so you don't notice that it's there. And this does prove it. If you're watching a movie or a series or something, a series is about an hour and a movie is an hour and a half, 2 hours. But you've actually been thinking, concentrating, effectively working because you're reading off screens and content as well behind there. And yet with VR or some of the other immersive technology, it becomes cumbersome, it becomes heavy.
So I'll just quickly show you what comes in the actual pack. I've just got it over here. I'll just reach over. Sorry. So what you have is it comes with a nice little case here. Okay, so it's a glasses case. You open it up, and they fit in snugly in here. So it's a portable case. Away you go. You just curl over the actual the cable, secure the cable that way. Inside here, I've just opened up this. So there's a little flap that opens up, and then here you can see that it comes with two different size nose holders, as well as these. So these are like little spectacles. So what you can do is you go to your optometrist, the optometrist pops these out, and if you've got prescription glasses, you can actually replace them with those lenses. So then all they basically do is magnetically clip on the inside. So I'll just show you just quickly. See if I can do it this way. Too many things that I'm holding. So these are just pop in like that, and away you go. So then, if you're far-sighted, nearsighted, if you got prescription glasses, it actually comes with the accessory for you to go to your optometrist and get those fixed. And you know what? And that alleviates the stress on your eyes, and the uncomfortable feeling from having those massive VR
Yeah,
goggles or head. As good as they are, it's just consumers find it a bit difficult and to wear for a long period of time. But
yeah.
because these are just standard glasses, and they're very lightweight as well, they're only 68 grams. So, and they're like a second skin almost. So it's pretty cool.
I think, and that's actually a great way to wrap up, is because I wear
Yep,
glasses for a screen. So when I did the review, I was only playing games, as I said, and watching movies. I
yep,
wasn't working, but I wouldn't have been able to read, if there'd been text inside there. And
yep,
David said to me, there is a little clip on, but obviously I can't go and get my prescription made, and in the review
yep,
unit. But that's just thinking. Like, if you're going to use them for work, or you're going to use them to read, or read content, even if it's subtitles in a movie or something like that. So it's really been well thought out. So yeah, and as I said, I just wanted to point out the fact that it's been 40 minutes, and you haven't.
yeah,
I've worn the VR headset for 20 minutes, and it's killed me.
yep,
It's just my
yep.
eyes got sore, my head felt heavy. So it's really, really exciting. It's Harvey Norman, you said, that is stocking
Yep,
units at the
yep.
moment, right?
At the moment, they're available in Harvey Norman, and so you can just jump on and have a look at them in depth. There is a little video on there, so these, when we do fly or get to fly again, I guess these are
What's that,
perfect for the
Joseph?
plane.
What's flying?
Yeah,
What's
exactly. What is that? Yeah. When we do get to travel again, they'll be perfect for the aeroplane.
definitely?
And giving you that private cinematic experience. How many times have I actually tried to adjust the actual brightness on the actual screen in front of me in an airplane, and it's like, oh, I just still can't see it. And
Yeah.
so yeah, these are perfect.
Well, I must say, when I flew, because I haven't flown for ages, I always took my iPad with me, because I don't like to
Yes.
watch. I've got my own content, so
Yep.
now I have a reason to watch my own content as well. And it's just, I can
Perfect.
just sit there, put my head
Yeah.
back, instead of trying to look
Yeah.
forward at the screen with those funny little remotes. And of course, you
Yeah.
can't always pair your headset to
No.
the seat screen. You
Yeah,
get
that's
mono.
right.
You
That's
don't get
right.
you don't get stereo, unless you've bought a really expensive,
Yeah.
big, like the big Jabbers or the Sennheisers or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
mate,
good.
thank you so much for coming on the show. It really was good.
Not a problem.
And
Not a
thanks for
problem.
telling us about Android Enterprise. I said it's something I wasn't actually aware of.
Yep.
Well, I don't really work in a corporate environment. I'm wearing a t-shirt, not a nice
Yep.
button-up shirt and a jacket. And yeah, I will definitely be looking forward to the next launch and next gadget. I know there's another handset coming soon. I'm very
Yes.
itchy to try that. Waiting to
Yes.
see when that
Very good.
comes out.
Yeah.
Mate, have
Brilliant.
a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
that
much.
brings us to the end of the show. So basically, that's it. Until next time, keep your screens clean and your knobs shiny.